Hi guys, so today I'll take the time to answer uh, in more detail why I brought my wife here to the United States. Apparently, it's a no-no among passport bros. That's how they advise people don't bring their wives here. When I went into finding my wife abroad, I really wasn't looking it from a passport bros perspective. Um, I just came to an epiphany that hey, I could find a wife anywhere in the world. I'm making a lot of money. I have everything in place, my own career, and I'm financially stable. I don't have to deal with too much of the crap that's going on in this country. But I had to journey through the MGTOW philosophies to get to that point. And then I took the next step and went abroad and looked for a wife. First, I went to Sudan and then Madagascar. And I was fortunate enough to find my wife in Madagascar, and the second country I went to on the first trip. Obviously, I did my vetting before I traveled to these countries and so forth. I got to know members of their family, and the conversations and stuff went well, where I could see authenticity rather than a charade or a show. And here we are today. She's here in the United States. This is, as of today, a week. Um, But why I brought her here instead of me moving to Madagascar for several reasons. One, my job is here. I do therapeutic foster care. I can't do that job anywhere in the world. It's not a remote job type of job. So I do it here. And I love doing that job, so I wouldn't like up and just leave to go to Madagascar to teach English at some university, making significantly less than and having less time than if I having the without having the lifestyle that I have here. So it was important for me to keep this job. I love what I do, and I don't think I could do it anywhere else. The second thing is that the language barrier. The language barrier is a big thing. If the 2 months that I spent in Madagascar, I was like a child, depending on other people to communicate for me, buy my groceries and all that stuff. Even though they were using my money to do so, I don't think I could. I'm almost 50 years old, so I don't think I could go back to living like that unless it's absolutely necessary. Um, but you know, the second trip, I realized, I'm not going to live here live in Madagascar because of the language barrier. The convenience of things is the next thing. It's just everything here in the United States is significantly more convenient to get. Medical, dental, hardware supplies, things of that nature, food, everything is easy. Now, in Madagascar, the food is very, very good. It's very, very cheap, and it's all organic. So that's the one thing I do miss about there. Um, but other than that, there really not much more conveniences. Two of the other conveniences you need to consider in third world countries is that water and electricity isn't on all the time like it is here. And yeah, with water, you got to fill up huge containers just to get through the week, just in case water is turned off. Excuse me. So that was the big thing with convenience. The pollution was the last thing. I couldn't deal with the pollution there. It was just too high. So here in the United States, at least in Maryland, they have like emissions tests. After leaving Madagascar, I appreciate that stuff here now, because that pollution had me sick the last month, and I've made videos about that. It's on there. So I won't touch on that too much. I just couldn't live there unless I move out to the countryside, which I would prefer anyway. Um, Lastly, all the kids that I've taken care of, they live here in the United States. The foster care kids. Some of them range from in their early 20s to late 20s, but they still need advice and help here and there. And that's something that I provide. Even though the girls mainly, the ones seem to have, think that I was some kind of villain raising them, which I'm shocked. Fortunately for me, my conscience is clear. So, even one of them that still thinks ill of me came by last week looking, needing, started cooking and all that stuff, and needed food to take home and things like that. So I bought her some groceries. She needs Pampers and things like that. So I'll pick some of that up today and take to her. Because regardless of how rebellious these kids are, they are my kids. So I'm going to take care of them regardless of whatever negativity they may have towards me. Until the day I die, I guess. And they're not really my biological kids, but it is what it is. As far as my wife, being insincere and may just be marrying me for my documents, I already touched on it, but I'll touch on it again. I don't care. I've been through the MGTOW philosophy, so at this point in my life, I really don't give a damn if a woman stays with me or don't. I'm happy if she is, but I'm also happy if she chooses to move on and not waste my time and resources. So either way, it's fine with me. And if I'm young enough where I feel I want to get married again, I just get my passport and go abroad and get another wife. And I won't bat my eye about that. And by then, I might choose to live abroad at that time. I don't know. But for now, I'm here, and I love it here in this country. I don't really care what anybody says. America is home to me. I love it here. I get upset when other Americans put down their own country, but a lot of times they've never seen anything outside of the United States, which is unfortunate because it will allow them to appreciate what they have here. Despite all the flaws, there are lots of flaws. No country is perfect. This is where I'd rather be than anywhere else on earth. So if she's marrying me for my papers, it's no different from some woman here marrying me and then divorcing me just because she feel like it and taking half my stuff. Fortunately, my stuff is protected, so nobody's taking shit from me. But that's really those things are materialistic, so I'm not really focusing on that stuff. Nobody's taking stuff from me, so I don't have to really worry about that. I could put 100% into the relationship, and if she wants to support her family back home, then she'll obviously going to get a job to do that. I won't be supporting her family back in Madagascar. Anyhow, if you all have any questions, ask it in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe. Divorce, 55% is divorce in this country. 85% of it is by women. If she happens to be one that decides to divorce me, which is highly unlikely, but if it is, I can't predict the future, I'm not bothered about it. I'm going to live in the moment, for the moment, and I'm going to enjoy every moment, including the bad stuff, and just live life and not be too pessimistic about it stuff. I've already had a conversation with her about things like that happens here. She seems to understand that. That's not how she was raised. So hopefully that stays the same. If not, well, just move on to the next thing. Y'all have a good day.